The hills are alive with the sound of MotoGP.
Oh, Danilo Petrucci, surely he jumped at the start. He did check, then a massive wheelie, Petrucci. Somebody got away really slick. It looked like Carol Abraham. Marc Marquez, though, is going to get the whole shot. And that's a soft option rear tyre to his advantage very early on. Is Marc Marquez just having to wait a fraction longer for that harder rear tyre to get up to working temperature.
We ride with Andrea Dovizioso. In front of him is Marc Marquez. In front of him, you just got a glimpse of Jorge Lorenzo. One of the rare left-hand combination for the Frenchman who won the Moto2 race here last year. Dovizioso coming up to have a nibble at Marc Marquez. I don't think he's going to be close enough this time round. We ride with Marquez. There is Dovizioso on the brakes. We switch back now at turn 4 to
Marquez in second place. Of course, the key thing for Jorge Lorenzo is we know he's a silky smooth rider, but can he keep the life in that soft option rear tyre all the way through the 28 laps? Andrea Jangan showed how to do it last year. Vinales hasn't been able to get close enough to attack his teammate Valentino.
Running in 11th place.
The start, to be honest.
Dylan down in pit lane.
Yeah, Pol Espargaro has lost his rear brake, and as we know, some of these bikes are impossible to ride without it.
Certainly around this Red Bull ring, when you harden the gas coming out of turns 1, 3 and 10, you have to use the rear brake as like an anti-wheelie device. Folger's come in, disastrous 24th birthday then for the Tech 3 Yamaha man.
Really needs just to calm down just that little bit. Here is Marquez getting more and more. Oh, end of the race for Folger. He's back in and gone.
So not the 20.
They lap so quickly up towards turn 3.
Quickest man on track, Rossi as well, a 1:24.443. That's half a second faster than Jorge Lorenzo. So Rossi on the charge. Marquez was also quick. Jorge Lorenzo's 1.1 second, struggling to manage that soft option rear tyre, or is he deliberately dropping the pace a little bit like Andrea Jangan did to conserve the tyre for the second half of the race? On board with Dovizioso. Won't be close enough to attack Marquez and the brakes into that first corner.
I would think about Dovizioso's
left-hand corners where we are on the circuit now, 6 and 7. It's hard for him to get any heat in the left-hand side of the tyre, and Crutchlow really suffering. He's only doing mid-125s, while the rest of the guys at the front of the field, they're a full second faster than the British rider, who's off the pace in 18.
Well, we thought it was a jump start, it wasn't. Then we saw him run wide at turn 1, and here he is. Danilo Petrucci in, Dylan McKeeper's right up to... It looks like it's probably the end of the race, the way he got off the bike.
Sarko's the man to watch.
Go up towards the first corner. Will there be a red Ducati trying to get up the inside? Not just yet.
If there's been one weakness for Jorge Lorenzo so far in 2017 on that factory Ducati, it's been his pace on worn tyres. Still a long way to go here. And 3, had to run it wide, and then obviously losing momentum on the drive coming out of 3. That allowed Dovizioso, with the grunt and the horsepower and acceleration capabilities of that Ducati, just to sweep into second place.
Guys, just one thing.
So far coming in from Loris Baz, he's just on a PB lap of 1:24.8. Last time around that was quicker with Andrea Dovizioso, Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. So Loris Baz riding for his Grand Prix future, giving the real big tangle so far this year. Kasih winds back to Austin when they had contact as well in Assen. Will Zarco feel like he's close enough to lunge up the inside of Rossi at turn 1?
I tell you what, he won't worry if he does. We ride with Dovizioso.
Good, certainly in Moto2, Zarco of tyre management. He'll be able to nurse that soft tyre home, you would feel, and keep a really good, fast, competitive pace. Dovizioso was out wide through turn 6 and 7, and Marquez pounces. No second invitation needed by Marc Marquez. He was up the inside. They had their first one last week, thanks to Pol Espargaro's 9th place in Brno. It would be a fantastic top 10 here in front of their home crowd in Austria for Mika Kallio.
So 11th is Batista, 12th Abraham, 13th Miller, 14th Barbara, 15th Redding. So we'll be very aware that they don't want Marquez to get in front of Lorenzo and starting to disappear. They will try and go with him. He's going to make a move. He's not going to make it up at turn 1. Or is he? Here he comes, no.
Ducati got the grunt. Dovizioso goes from 3rd to 1st. Andrea Dovizioso down the hill on the braking zone for turn number 4. Dovizioso leads.
What a move by Dovizioso.
Shut off by a fraction. It cost him momentum and drive, and there was Dovizioso to pounce, although he ran wide at the very next corner, allowing Marquez to sweep back into the lead.
Crucial part of the race coming up. 16 laps to go. They've got to stay with Pedrosa. True James Bond style. Took advantage.
Yeah, well, Zarco got in hot. This was the almost... Lorenzo was wide coming out of turn 3. Now, was there just a minuscule touch between the two of them? No, not quite. It was very close. First corner, costly mistake by Valentino Rossi into the first corner, too hot. And that has dropped Rossi then back into 7th place. Last time around, Marquez and Dovizioso.
Lorenzo. Dovizioso's having to ride really hard to stay with Marquez now, and they know that at Ducati.
Yeah, they can see Marquez is in the first sector. He was 2/10 clear of Dovizioso. He took a 10th out of him in sector 2. He's
Lap to go up there, and Dovizioso went through and took them both as we come down towards turn 4.
Yeah, Valentino Rossi's lap time last time around compared to Marc Marquez, 1.3 seconds slow. That just shows how that personal best laps of the race, nothing between the two of them, just 4 thousandths of a second last time around. Dovizioso faster than Marquez.
There is Alvaro Bautista running in 9th place. Behind him you saw Mika Kat.
Just how long Dovizioso can keep this pace, keep this fast mid-124 rhythm with that soft option rear tyre on. Rossi Ayama, the former 250cc world champion, in the middle of your picture there, keeping a very close eye on proceedings.
And it could be the second top 10 finish in 7 days for the KTM team.
Pedrosa closes right up then on Lorenzo coming out of turn number 3. Pedrosa, will he move up the inside?
Can't find a way through at the moment.
Yeah, Lorenzo strong on the brakes, and with that acceleration of that factory Ducati, it's so hard to try and make an overtake. Pedrosa's got a good slipstream here, though, out of the fire. Turn 3, Dovizioso leads the Grand Prix. Something happened to Marquez at turn number 3.
The pressure coming from Dovizioso. Right, let's have a look.
He just made a mistake, didn't he? He got in hot. Here we go. Here's the replay. Yeah, he's in hot.
But you do wonder whether anyone has an engine map that just lets them have that little bit more just in case they need to right at the very end. I'll use the horsepower that the Ducati has.
10 laps to...
Have Ducati pulled another great tactical call here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Of course, Dovizioso, I'm not surprised that he went for the soft or the medium. He hadn't even tried any single lap this weekend. Number 3, highest point on the circuit. Yeah, Pedrosa, he's definitely broken Lorenzo. He's a second clear.
I think it's too big an arse, though, isn't it, with the pace the two are running at the front.
Yeah, well, Danny Pedrosa.
Those two left-handers, 6 and 7, doesn't he? He's back now in the right-handers, through 9, down to 10. Marquez is going to get the hammer down with 8 laps to go.
Only 2 real left-handers to talk about. They class turn 2 has crashed out of this Austrian Grand Prix. Of course, he'll be riding the Pramac Ducati in 2017. It's been a weekend to forget for Miller. He's down at turn number 9. Fast downhill right-hander at the end of the lap.
Now here are the left-handers. I don't think Andrea Dovizioso.
Curb up at the first corner. Dovizioso, well, the gauntlet was thrown down by Marquez again, and Dovizioso's picked it up.
And the more this goes on, the more this is going to help Danny Pedrosa in 3rd place. Pedrosa thought about getting up the inside of Marquez as they went through turn 7. Now up to 8. What an incredible...
Again, Marquez. The left-hander at turn number 7. That's where Marquez is absolutely brilliant. Brilliant job by Johan Zarco. Maverick Vinales just can't find a way through on the Frenchman. This was where it got really tight up at turn number 3. Very close to a touchdown as Marquez lunges up the inside. Andrea Dovizioso is in certain sections of the circuit.
Through turn 10, cross the line, 5 to go. Dovizioso leads away on the Ducati. Marquez second, but
overstressed and abused that rear tyre too much.
Turn 4, almost halfway through the lap. Dovizioso and Marquez, that's the biggest gap between them we've seen probably, well, for some time. But it won't matter because we're coming up to the left-handers.
Disappointment of 1 year ago. They've definitely started to blitz away from Danny Pedrosa. Over the line they come at the end of lap 24. Yeah, last time around Danny Pedrosa lost yet another half a second and gained Dovizioso and Marquez into the 122 factory Yamaha man earlier on in the race at the first corner. That was really costly. Losing crucial World Championship points today, Vinales and Rossi.
Back at the front.
Yeah, Dovizioso.
The race is slipping away.
Daylight then finally between Dovizioso and Marc Marquez. Do they think his victory chance has gone? There are still 3 laps to go, but here we go up there into turn number 1. Oh, Marc Marquez. 2-horse race. Danny Pedrosa is going to have to try and maybe pick up the pieces if these two have some kind of contact, because Pedrosa's struggling to hang in there now. He's going to be pretty safe in 3rd. He's well clear of Jorge Lorenzo. So who's got the life in the tyres? Summing into turns 5, 6 and 7, where Marc Marquez has been absolutely superb as well. Look how much time he made up on Dovizioso in the brakes. Dovizioso though just getting a little bit of wheel spin through turn 5, but he gaps here in the Repsol Honda Cap. Last lap underway. Marc Marquez is not close enough to attack Dovizioso at the first turn. He's got to get in the slipstream, try and get that Ducati dragging him up the hill into turn number 3. Will Marquez try and pounce at that third corner? He's
so strong. Dovizioso still holds the advantage on the Ducati. They're through 5, they're through 6, they're coming up to 7, then over the rise.
Has a lunge on the inside. Here we go, Marquez. They almost done. Dovizioso's going to win here in Austria.
Andrea Dovizioso wins a magnificent race here in Austria from Marc Marquez. What an attempt by Marquez to snatch